Prepare to engage.
I prefer the shotgun approach.
Retreat!
Step off!
First blood!
My blade quivers.
Double kill!
Get over!
You have defeated an enemy! You have been defeated.
Retreat!
Minnaho Nathaparni Valbanen! Heavy artillery!
Rally!
An enemy has been defeated.
Get ready!
An enemy has been defeated.
Mow 'em down!
An ally has been defeated.
Retreat!
A move!
You have defeated an enemy. You have been defeated. An enemy has been defeated.
Retreat!
Ready!
Rally for a team fight!
Ultimate. An ally has been defeated.
Get ready! Line 'em up! Get over! Oh, little way!
You have defeated an enemy.
Warming up!
Your team has destroyed a tower.
More! Get ready!
You have defeated an enemy.
I prefer the shotgun approach.
An enemy has been defeated.
'em down.
Ultimate!
Shall rise again.
Onslaught!